Hello students, welcome to Royal Palace online classes. Today let us discuss about alternating current when it is applied to resistor, capacitor and inductor, how it works. So this is the symbol of alternating current. This alternating current I am connecting to a resistor of resistance R. Alternating current is connected to a resistor of resistance R. Let us take the applied voltage is E is equal to E naught sin omega t is applied. Let us examine how this resistor works. See, if you apply Kirchhoff's loop law, let us take current I is flowing through the circuit. Algebraic sum of all currents through the loop must be equal to 0. E naught sin omega t minus I into R must be equal to 0. Therefore, what you will get, I is equal to E naught by R sin omega t. So, from this what you can understand, E naught by R is the maximum value of current, so that I will write it as I is equal to I naught sin omega t. And if you draw the phasor diagram, what is phasor diagram means? This alternating current or phasor diagram. What is this phasor diagram means? We represent this alternating current as a vector. We will take sin theta along x axis, cos theta along y axis. Just we will represent them as a vector. Rotating vectors are called phasors. So just I will represent this. I am drawing the phasor diagram. Applied EMF is in this diagram, in this direction. E naught sin omega t is the applied EMF. And current across resistor is also in the same direction, and the phase difference is 0 here. What EMF is applied, in the same direction current is developed. The same direction current is developed. The one may be EMF wave, another one is current wave. This is how a resistor behaves when it is connected to an alternating source of current. I took an alternating source of E is equal to E naught sin omega t, applied loop law. According to loop law, the algebraic sum of all currents, algebraic sum of all potential difference across a loop is equal to 0. That is E naught sin omega t minus IR is equal to 0. From that I got current. This is the behavior of resistor. Next, let us study the behavior of inductor. How an inductor behaves when it is connected to an alternating source of current. So let us take this is the symbol of an inductor. I have taken an inductor of inductance L connected to a alternating source. Applied EMF is E is equal to E naught sin omega t. I applied an EMF of E is equal to E naught sin omega t. Now let us apply loop law for this. If you apply loop law, E naught sin omega t minus EMF developed across this will be L di by dt. L di by dt is equal to 0 if you apply the loop condition. L di by dt. Now let us take calculate I from this. L di by dt is equal to E naught sin omega t. E naught sin omega t. Di is equal to E naught L, E naught by L sin omega t dt. Now to get total value of current, let us integrate this from 0 to I, and this you integrate from 0 to t. Okay. Let us take this will be I is equal to E naught by omega L minus cos omega t you will get, minus cos omega t. Okay, this you can write it as minus cos omega t, I can write it as sin omega t minus pi by 2. So therefore I is equal to E naught by omega L into sin omega t minus pi by 2. Okay, you can observe the applied EMF is E naught sin omega t, whereas current I got is E naught by omega L. This I can represent as maximum value of current, but if you observe the angle, the phase difference between current and EMF in an inductor when it is applied to an alternating current, the value is, it is lagging behind, current lags behind EMF, I lags behind E in case of inductor. So this is I is equal to I naught sin omega t minus pi by 2. This omega L, when you compare with the previous equation, it is in the place of resistance. So this plays the role of resistance in this case. This we call it as reactance, that is nothing but XL. XL is equal to omega L, that is equal to inductive reactance. Inductive reactance. Inductive reactance. I already said inductor opposes change of current. Inductor acts like a normal wire when it is connected to direct current. When it is connected to alternating current, it acts like a wire of resistance or reactance omega L. And in this case, current lags behind EMF, I lags behind E. I lags behind E. Current lags behind EMF in case of inductor. This is how inductor behaves when it is applied to alternating source of current. Next, let us see how capacitor behaves when it is connected to an alternating source of current. So when you take a capacitor of capacitance C connected to an alternating source of current, the applied EMF is E is equal to E naught sin omega t. E is equal to E naught sin omega t. The potential difference developed across the capacitor, from your electrostatics you can write potential developed across the capacitor is V is equal to Q by C. Here charge is changing, so that we can write dV is equal to dQ by C. So therefore, if you apply loop law, E naught sin omega t minus dQ by C is equal to 0, because Q is equal to CV, V is equal to Q by C. From this, what we can write, dQ is equal to E naught C sin omega t. Okay, this is the value of charge. I want current now. Current is dQ by dt. dQ by dt is equal to d into E naught C sin omega t by dt. If you solve this, you will get this is nothing but current. When charge is varying, current is equal to dQ by dt. Therefore, this you will get it as E naught omega C, E naught omega C cos omega t. Okay. Now this I can write it as I is equal to E naught by 1 by omega C cos omega t. I can write it as sin omega t plus pi by 2. Can observe here, applied EMF is E naught sin omega t, but current I got is angle, if you take sin omega t plus pi by 2, sin omega t plus pi by 2. You can observe here, in case of capacitor, current leads the applied EMF. Current leads the EMF, and if you see the place where you have omega L, here you are having 1 by omega C. 1 by omega C is nothing but capacitive reactance. So 1 by omega C is the capacitive reactance. Capacitive reactance of the capacitor is Xc is equal to 1 by omega C. Xc is equal to 1 by omega C. And capacitor, you can observe here, capacitor allows alternating current but blocks direct current. Capacitor blocks direct current and allows alternating current. The current is leading behind the EMF. Current leads behind EMF. Current leads EMF, not behind. I leads or EMF lags. E lags behind I in case of capacitor. Okay, if you see the phasor diagrams, so just now we have drawn for resistor, let us draw for inductor as well as capacitor. If you see the phasor diagram of inductor, in case of inductor, applied EMF is E naught sin omega t, but current developed is this is the current that is developed across the inductor. It lags behind by 90 degrees. Okay, it lags behind 90 degrees. This is the phasor diagram. This is for inductor. If you want to draw for capacitor, the same thing. Applied EMF is E naught sin omega t. In this case, current leads behind EMF. Current is leading. This is current across capacitor. So this we can name it for capacitor. Okay. This is how we can apply to capacitor. Suppose if I take 3 at a time, connect them in series, then what is the value of current and what is the value of EMF and what is the phasor diagram? Just let us see. That is called LCR circuit. Connecting alternating current to LCR circuit. L, C and R. If you connect alternating current to LCR circuit, okay, you take an alternating current of EMF E is equal to E naught sin omega t. Now, if you observe the phasor diagram, this is the direction of applied voltage E naught sin omega t, that is E, and current due to resistor will act in this direction and reactance of resistor will act in this direction. Whereas here you will get Xc, IC and EC. Here you will get XL, IL, current due to inductor in this direction. Now these are 3 vectors are there. One is R, one is Xc, another one is XL. 3 vectors are acting. These 2 are acting in opposite direction. So net reactance I can write root of R square plus Xc minus XL whole square. These 2 are opposite vectors, so according to parallelogram just I can subtract these 2. Then afterwards I will get a vector that is Xc minus XL, that is perpendicular to R. According to parallelogram law of vectors I can write Z is equal to root of R square plus Xc minus XL whole square. Now again current is equal to, I can write potential difference divided by RE, EM divided by EM means what is the voltage we got, by root of R square plus Xc minus XL whole square. This EM also we can calculate, voltage due to resistor plus voltage due to capacitor minus voltage due to inductor whole square under root, similar to like this, because voltage also we will take it as a phasor. So this is the current what you will get in LCR circuit. If you write this, if you expand this, root of R square plus Xc is 1 by omega c minus omega L whole square, and this Z here it is called as impedance of LCR circuit. Z is called impedance of LCR circuit, impedance of LCR. This is about when we connect all the three by using phasor diagram. So the net resultant will be in this direction, net resultant voltage will be in this direction. Okay, if you take tan phi for that, this is Xc minus XL. If you take tan phi is equal to, according to parallelogram law vector, q sin theta by p plus q cos theta, you can write Xc minus XL by R. Okay, this is about LCR circuit. Okay, so next class we will discuss resonance in LCR circuit and sharpness of LCR circuit. Okay, thank you for joining me.